decided to take a second look at this game because I only went through the basic characters. I kind of want to show you some of my favorites, and instead of doing, you know, endless, I figured it'd be nice to do some of the maps. So real basic loadout. So, you know, the prologue, which you can't play with anybody, which is so very much, most people skip over it. Yeah, Apprentice and War Mage, Master, Rift Lord. So I'm currently on War Mage. I have completed Apprentice through most of the characters already. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the first couple of missions of this. So this one, let's take a look at who I have done. So you get a chest with every unique completion. So I'm gonna take a look. So let's see. We'll use my friend Temper. So a lot of these characters kind of play out into basic World of Warcraft layout. So, like, you know, he's your basic, you know, warrior tank, essentially. Oops. The nice thing about this game is the dynamics don't really change that much. They throw new things at you. They'll throw, like, you know, new mercenaries and new people come after the barricades, which is a problem because the only realistic way you have of winning this is to funnel them into the longest, most difficult, dangerous path. So when they start blowing up barricades, you know, you have a real problem. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at this. So I would say my three favorite characters are OZL, Bloodspike, and probably Tundra. Well, I like Smolder a lot too. I'll try and show them in a way that, you know, highlights their strengths without making me look too bad. I decided to do this map.
I'd rather be at home by my forge.
This is a map where you get it multiple times. They are pretty fond of this layout, and I actually like it too. This is really hard because there's a lot of places for them to go, and there's only one way for them to go that's good for you, all the way around. I don't like them in the.
Let the trap do the killing.
I don't like them in the armory,
have to.
and I have that guy there in case they do break through the armory. But ideally, they'll go around the left side, which is
that looks like it could hurt somebody.
I'm gonna get this set up real quick and get to the action.
I hope no one gets hurt.
Alright, let's see. Alright. Give myself a chef in the kitchen and then we'll call it a day.
Time for lunch. Not in my kitchen.
I'll come back for that last card. And get started.
The enemy has opened a minion portal.
So the more he fights, the more his rage shows up. And he doesn't have mana. fight or extract him into it by attacking his family.
There, trap, everywhere, trap.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, as bloody as this game is, it's only cartoon. That bothered me. You'll notice too, I get red.
They will not reach the rift.
They better not.
Gotta keep the rift safe. This spot looks mighty fine.
I'll be back for the rest of that, but now I gotta start on this side.
I always like making trap parts. Not so much using them,
The
though.
number one reason they fail in this mission, in every mission,
Watch out!
is
Our
when
enemies have broken through
you're
again!
playing and you're focusing on one entrance, and then they open up another entrance. Even if you have everything in place, you positioning your character is probably the most important, even more than the traps, because you can, if you funnel them right, you can just fight them off. Here they come.
They've broken through a gate!
Yeah, sit down. I just spent all my money too. I usually don't even buy back when I die like that. And the only reason I die is I charge into their spawn and guy was killed. But it won't matter much since it won't matter much since I'm solo crap. I wasted it. I think I still be able to get 5 stars. What a bummer. How embarrassing. I thought I could get back in time. One hit me. One of the important things, definitely upgrading your traps is important, honestly. Get as many characters as you can. Any of the characters you're like, I kind of like them, but I don't know. Like, you know, as long as you get 5 stars once, you know, you're not gonna get 5 stars anymore. You're not gonna get any more chance by getting 5 stars more than once. So, you can, even a character you're not particularly good with.
One of our guardians has fallen!
You can make your chests. And just, you know, get a bunch of chests, especially early on. Give you a lead. You know, I have a bunch of cool stuff, and like the chef is like nuts. I must have gotten that 50th chest, just grinding it over and over again. You know, I have the brain for that. I know a lot of people get bored, but I like kind of completion stuff, and I've actually set myself to, you know, getting all 5 stars with the map and doing all that. And, basically everything I can do, you know, get every chest, etc. It's
Our barricades are under attack! They've destroyed our barricades!
well, that's great. The nice thing is, though, they still have to come around this way. They just don't know it yet. Oh, I gotta get back. Don't ask.
bugs.
No.
Can't everyone just be friends?
That was close.
This will protect our rift.
Ground down. I have to repair that thing too, but I want some actual traps here. Here they Skedaddle. Those little cute ones are the most dangerous. Never trust something that's too cute. Never good. So. Oh, now you done made me mad.
Whose idea was this?
Good question. Take it up with your boss. Alright, first things first. I don't like them coming through here.
Like this here spot.
The rift will be.
Alright, I'm gonna do the rest.
Watch out
just
for
normal
this!
spikes. And
Everyone
then
be careful!
this side will be done, and then I'm gonna head over to this side and finish this up real quick. I love these.
I'll just leave it here.
There's a faster version,
trap
but
parts.
this one's
Not
cheaper.
so much
Or there's a
used,
stronger
though.
version, but this one's cheaper. It seems to shoot a little faster too. And then it's up to preference, but you know, the other one's almost 1,800, and that's just a lot of coin when you're replacing guardians and putting traps. So I like that. Plus it does arcane damage. OCL's my favorite. Hello to the first person.
Our barricades are under attack.
Oh god, both of them big boys. Sit down.
A guardian has been defeated.
Hammer boys. Sit down. Alright, we're still doing gravy. Yeah.
I hope no one gets hurt.
I hope we all get hurt.
Protect them.
Here we go.
They've destroyed our barricades.
What a jerk. Oh man. Oh yeah.
Who disturbs my watch?
Oh, this guy's gonna go down too. You can't heal these guardians, which is really
Like this here spot. Let the trap do the killing. Why I don't have to.
But this is one of the reasons why you don't overdo the guardians, because they do get expensive fast. They double, so it doesn't take, especially in the higher difficulty, it doesn't take long for them to hit 16,000. What's the point of spending that much money anyway? Like, how much is this right now? 8,000. Barely worth. That's the.
This will protect our rift.
Unless I absolutely need them, but for the most part, I won't pay 17 or 8,000, and I won't pay.
Gotta
Certainly
do
won't
something
pay
to keep
16.
them out.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing kicked off. That's my turn.
Do not pass.
Kind of low on time.
Do not reach the
Knock your head clean off.
It is crucial, especially depending on what you're watching the radar at all times. Like right there.
A guardian has fallen.
Time to go.
Oh,
We're out 100 swords right now.
Well, now I'm shit. Any guardians. This is rough. And I got a
Made it
boss.
to the final wave.
Nah, I'm gonna haul my ass over here and I'm gonna kill him before you get down.
A boss is on its way.
Or lightning.
Our barricades are under attack. They've destroyed our barricades. Enemies at the rift.
Oh, come on! Well, I already have one stars.
double be pissed on that,
Oh, we won? Great. I can stop it.
They all look good when we get you.
Oh, well. And it took too long, too, which is unfortunate. Oh boy. Alrighty. So that didn't go too terribly. I used to get a player boost bonus. I don't get a player boost bonus anymore. I'm not salty about it, but it hurt. let's do. I want to do third mod again. This will give me a chance to play some of the characters I like, because I've only played this with Deadeye and Ivy. Cool. Characters that are I'm mixed about. Okay, so we're gonna do my favorite three right here. So you have OZL here, and you have Bloodspike and Tundra. I like her a lot too. She's like fourth, but besides all that, oh, and he's fun. Now, OZL I would probably put at my best, so I'll start with OZL. OZL's the reason that most of my traps are arcane in theme, because it doubles the damage, and if you, or not doubles, but it compounds the damage. And you look, the Cursed Ground is a bonus for OZL, so yes, it doesn't come up too often, but it can make the difference sometimes. So this map is exactly as terrifying as it looks, and I have no idea how I'm going to do this by myself, but it's not going to stop me from trying on air. Okay. OZL's backstory is awesome too. It almost strikes me as like a what if scenario with Harry Potter, because he was in this small village and he was the chosen one this, chosen one that, and he was this great magical personality and everybody loved him and he was super talented in terms of magic. And then they take that small fish and they put him in the big pool, and they send him to the Order, which is like the headquarters of all the magicians, and he's mediocre at best.
No soul is safe.
And seeing as his ego has been built up his entire life, he can't handle it. He simply can't handle it, and so.
They will not pass.
Oh, you know what? I messed this up. I gotta read it. Sorry, I forgot to edit something. But he goes in there and he can't handle failing, and so he turns to dark arts and starts using forbidden magics, and he becomes a lot more powerful. And when he gets caught, he challenges the headmaster, which is the Sagnus, also playable. He challenges Sagnus to a one-on-one. You see they're crying. They always get beat up and they're all upset whenever you lose. You know, I obviously quit. He turns to the Dark Arts, and when Cygnus confronts him, he challenges Cygnus, and he ends up losing badly, even with all the additions to dark magic. And, you know, humiliated, you know, he's in exile, and he starts, well, he's been around a while, and he starts feeling the gnawing of mortality, and he panics, and so he tries to find a way to find eternal life. And so first he starts with some mechanical and alchemical mutations to his body, and then he has this revelation that in order to master life, you have to master death. And so he he starts studying necromancy, and particularly stealing souls. And he does this, and he studies it for a good 20 years, and then he finally one day he gets visited by the Grim Reaper, and he's sensing a dark presence. He turns around and he attempts his soul-stealing technique that he's been practicing, and he steals like 20 souls from the Grim Reaper right out of his cloak. Wounded and angry, the Grim Reaper flees, and there's part of that might be myth and part of it might be legend, but that's the story. And then he realizes that he's literally staved off death, and so he continues to steal souls, not only to sustain his own life, but to become more powerful. And now he's one of the most, dangerous magic users of all time. And I could see the reason I bring up Harry Potter is that whole chosen one business and stuff, and you know that I could easily have seen it gone that route with the Harry Potter, like a Harry Potter gone wrong. Yes, he was very modest in his upbringing because of the abuse. And,
You can't escape what fate has brought.
he didn't hear the chosen one talk until he was a little bit older. But imagine if he had grown up in Hogwarts and all he heard was how he's the chosen one this and he's going to save the world that. Well, he definitely would develop a chip on his shoulder. And then, of course, if he wasn't as good in magic, or if he was unable to live up to the expectations who lived up to him, you could see that ego and that narcissism forcing him down a dark path. You could even argue that's what happened to Malfoy. But I like that backstory. He's a really cool character to play. I love the design. I got the skin, but even his original skin is just really cool. People I've talked with have compared him to Reaper from Overwatch, which is very base. It's really not an appropriate comparison. And design maybe, but
I almost feel sorry for them.
he chose this. He went down this route himself. And Reaper was forced down that route. Reaper didn't choose this, and I think that's his anger. That's where his anger stems from. Where OZL chose this for himself, and his anger comes from the fact that he couldn't handle
More than
the
one way
loss.
to skin a mortal.
Everybody knows somebody like that whose ego can't handle things like that. His ego is diseased to the point of dangerous levels of self-absorption.
The enemy has opened a minion portal.
Anywho, let's get back to the brainless killing of orcs.
I guard the rift.
I was gonna do a
They've
longer
broken through a
stream
gate!
last night, but quite honestly, I find streaming quite exhausting. So I'm gonna start, now that I have a couple of videos on each of them, maybe I'll finish up what I want to do. I'm not gonna do a 100% playthrough of this. It's just too much. I'll probably finish up all the characters in Dead by Daylight. There's like 8, I think, base characters, and then I will finish my playthrough of J-Stars. I will start working on characters. So
The rift will be protected.
Devious.
it's off kilter a little bit.
They will not reach the rift.
I will rip them. Eternity is a trap in its own way.
And
Bitsy bitsy orkling, climb up the water spout.
I'm gonna finish off the push straps on that
I
other.
will quit my post.
Hopefully I'll have enough time.
Watch out! Our enemies are broken through again!
I don't know.
I am nigh unstoppable.
They've broken through a gate!
I'm sure you'll find a use for this.
Oh my. Oh well. This shit doesn't.
army is attacking on another front!
I guard the rift.
A spot of damnation.
They've broken through a gate!
Why not hang it perfect? So I'm more interested in whether or not I can get it under 7 minutes, which I don't think I would.
Who defends my water? No fear. I protect.
This is where it gets difficult. There's not much room for forgiveness on this front here. So it's gotta be a water type trap here.
They will come to me. They will die. This will do.
I guard the rift.
Enemies incoming! They've broken through on another front!
I want me to go home. Go now. I go last.
They've broken through a gate!
Pickled souls. The damaging delicacy.
Enemies at the rift! The rift has been compromised!
I'm still in it. It's not looking good.
They've summoned a boss minion!
I almost feel sorry for them.
More enemies in the rift!
I almost feel sorry for them.
The enemy's boss is dead!
They will come to me. They will die.
Final wave! Our rift is failing! Enter the battlefield!
I feel so alive.
The boss minion is down!
I protect.
Magic is more than a fool's drug.
And of course the ghost does the thriller, I mean you have to. Or I should say the zombie. Yeah, that was terrible, and I apologize that you guys had to watch that. Well, that went about as well as expected. But it ain't over yet. Yeah, that's a really complex one. I think I may funnel everybody down the one end because I don't see another option. You'll see we only did 3, so so alright, blood spikes up next. Nothing quite like a cannibal orc, am I right? Yeah, his backstory is great. It's so the queen is trying to take over the human world. They're from a different dimension, and he's one of her greatest generals, of course, and she sends him to whatever front that she wants him at, being the most intelligent orc by a long while, and the best warrior that she has, and you know he's doing really well, you know, and he sends her a letter saying, you know, we lost the 5,000 troops that you sent us. We need more. Could you send more? And the queen's like, how did you go through 5,000 troops? What's going on over there? Yada, yada, yada. And eventually, she sends the 2,000. She sends 2,000 more. And he loses 2,000. He loses the 2,000 troops. But he takes the castle. And he says, I need more troops to hold this position. And she's like, well, why are you going through so many troops? And then she gets a letter from one of his subordinates that says that he is killing and eating the orcs that he considers weak and not real warriors. And he beats them and kills them, you know, he fights them to make sure they're worthy, and then he kills them when they're not. And so he gets ousted from the kingdom. And my guess is, they don't really go any further than that, my guess is that he teams up with the Order, because if he wants to kill weak and stupid orcs, well, what better place than the Order? So it's kind of cool. It also is a good lesson, you know, just because someone's a good soldier doesn't mean they're a good leader. You know, just a good fighter doesn't mean a good general.
If I'm to win this battle, I must pull my wits about me.
So I likes it. And I'm sure that they took a heavy loss with that too, because I can only imagine somebody as intelligent as Bloodspike and as powerful as Bloodspike, you know, losing him, not gonna do good things for your forces. In any case, so let's see. Can we block this off? And then we'll go around. Well, I'm not gonna do that side just yet, but now that's set up. Now we can send them flying. I don't think I'm gonna get on the decoy this time around, but push traps.
This will terrorize Wallet tenderizes. No! I'm crazy, but not that crazy. Yes. Murder takes careful planning.
He's a good soldier too, and he's pretty badass. He doesn't look a great crazy orc.
It's all part of my plan. Right there. The best spot.
Alright, now it's time to go create some mayhem.
The enemy has opened a minion portal.
They've broken through a gate!
So he has a basic attack, then he has heavy attack, and every time he gets a hit with a heavy attack, he gets stronger. The more he really hits with it, the stronger he gets. And then,
The rift will be protected.
that way,
Bring the enemy here.
that way.
The goddess.
They will not reach.
Right now.
I protect.
I love you.
You do not belong here.
Look out! Our defenses have been breached again!
Come and get it!
Zombies! Yes again!
They've broken through a gate! Our enemies, they're breaking through again!
So I got places to be.
They've broken through a gate!
Destructive. I like it. Their blood will flow.
Who disturbs my watch?
All these sides are done now, and I'm just...
A good battle. You're all on the menu now.
Now I gotta run all the way over there. And, now, this is where I'm not so sure.
This one is murderous. I will taste their tears. The best spot. Yes.
incoming! They've broken through on another front!
There's a short way, which is really fast.
They've broken through a gate!
Time to die! I've got this!
They will not.
Can we take a break?
This one's murderous.
I
The
possess
boss minion has entered the battlefield.
I feel a little crazier than usual!
Hello.
Taken down! Get ready for the final wave!
Bring the enemy here!
A boss is on its way!
No! Oh.
There will be blood! So much blood!
Alright, I gotta head over.
The enemy's boss is dead!
Songs will be sung of this victory!
I think I need ceiling traps for that one. So a lot of trial and error. I got another skull, so that's good. Oh, concussive pounder, 100 skulls. Okay. Third. Last of my favorite characters. The big bear himself. Tundra, and I make him a black bear because why not? And we'll drop this one, and we'll drop. What else do we not need? I can drop this. We can get flip and push. And that'll be. Maybe I should do concussive pounder.
I am honored.
No trespassing.
Steel and magic are a poor substitute for
The
claw and
rift will
tooth.
be protected.
I suppose it will do its duty. I do not love these, but I suppose I love our enemy less. Well placed, I think. I would rather feel my enemy's last breath upon my cheek. If we must. Crude, but I suppose we must stop at nothing.
Alrighty. Oh, I'm gonna do this side, then the left
The
side.
enemy has opened a minion portal.
We got the time limit down, so now I just gotta make sure that one dude didn't get past me.
They will not reach the rift.
They've broken through a gate!
This is why you have to keep your pimp cane in hand. You never know when you're gonna need it.
I suppose it will do its duty. If we must. Well placed, I think.
That trap goes on the wall.
Crap.
Steel and magic are a poor substitute for claw and tooth.
Making this out of my face.
I cannot. The enemy is disabling our traps.
Protect and heal.
I'm gonna reset this one. Sorry about the delay. That one just irritated me too much. Like I said, trial and error.
Wise choice.
They will not reach the rift.
So this will definitely be my last one. Not that long.
I do not love these, but I suppose I love our enemy less. I would rather feel my enemy's last breath upon my cheek. I suppose it will do its duty. Crude, but I suppose we must stop at nothing. Well placed, I think.
Alright, over to the other side.
If we must. Steel and magic are a poor substitute for claw and tooth. I do not love these, but I suppose I love our enemy less. I suppose it will do its duty.
And if you're like me and you're tired of hearing them complain about using traps, strap in, because it only gets worse.
Enemy has opened a minion portal.
Alright, here we go.
I will quit my post only with luck.
Fan mail.
They've broken through a gate!
1, 2.
Come! Gold off the salvation!
Who gets there? Trespasser!
Finish up the push traps and then I'll start on the middle. I'm hoping with the power of the concussive pounders that I'll be able to stop that one lane. Can't believe one guy got it.
Crude? I suppose we must stop at nothing. Seasoned soldiers are awesome hands.
No. You don't, yeah. Take a hike.
Well placed, I think.
No trespassing.
Steel and magic are a poor substitute for claw and tooth. If we must.
Our enemies are breaking through elsewhere!
I would rather feel my enemy's last breath upon my
Do a
cheek.
try and all for the boys.
Hooray.
I don't even know what that means. That's too Scottish even for me. Ooh, nasty. You hate to see that happen. Alright, let me see.
A warrior's skill is more deadly than any sword.
This dude can go on and on and on, can he?
I protect.
Watch out! Our enemies have broken through again!
Feeling the pressure. So the rest of my points are going. Look at him splatter like June bugs on a windshield. I love it.
They've broken through a gate!
You know what's funny is this is rated T and like, you know, it's like no big deal. But when I was a kid and Rampage came out for the Nintendo 64, graphics were worse than this, and yet everybody was like,
Protect and
no, you can't let kids play that. You know, if you let kids play Rampage, they might turn into a giant gorilla, lizard, or wolf and destroy cities. Oh, yeah, good point. Meow. Where do you think you're going? Don't play that game around here, buddy. Later. Alright, I got a haul. We only got so much time. We got, what, 3 rounds left. Okay, we're gonna cut this wall off.
Steel and magic are a poor substitute for
Blah,
claw
blah,
and
blah,
tooth.
don't care.
Crude, but I suppose we must stop at nothing. If we must.
Look out! Our defenses have been breached again!
That ain't good.
I suppose it will do its duty.
They've broken through a gate!
No!
you do
Yeah.
not belong here.
Don't want no parts. quite done. I am
Well placed, I think.
sweating.
I do not love these, but I suppose I love our enemy less.
Okay. No
Our
pressure.
boss is on its way.
No
Turn time like-
trespassing.
Oh my god.
In my way.
The enemy's boss is dead.
Crude, but I suppose we must stop at nothing.
The rest.
Steel and magic are a poor substitute for claw and tooth.
Why did I think there was more room up there? Really?
Final wave.
Well, fantastic.
Winter's spear pierces deep.
The boss minion has entered the battlefield.
No! Oh my god. Why? Ugh!
The sting of wintertide never heals.
A guardian has fallen. Boss defeated.
You can't join him. We do well to stay humble in victory.
Alright. Thanks everybody for watching. And I missed the time limit too. Of course I missed the time limit. Well. I'll be playing a little bit more. Some of the I may probably do another hour of that anime game later, maybe today, maybe not. And then I will definitely be finishing up the rest of the characters in Daylight. And then we'll see where we go from there. I most likely will start on God of War. Alright. Have a good one, guys.